Reacher fans just made this 38% rotten sequel a streaming success. 8 years later, Alan Ritchson may be the current actor who portrays Jack Reacher in Amazon's hit TV series, but Tom Cruise previously brought the character to life in a pair of feature films. 8 years after its release, the second film starring Cruise has found new life on streaming amid the continued wait for Season 3 of Reacher. Per Flix Patrol, Jack Reacher, Never Go Back cracked the Paramount Plus top 10 list for movies streaming in the United States, landing at No. 9. The film at the top of the list was the brand new holiday comedy Dear Santa, which debuted on the streaming platform on November 25 and continued to draw high viewership during the holiday season. The horror sequel Smile 2 is in the No. 2 spot following its success in theaters, while Billy Bob Thornton's dark comedy Bad Santa is ranked at No. 3. Above Jack Reacher, Never Go Back are also the movies Gladiator, Top Gun, Maverick, Transformers 1, Hell or High Water, and Bad Santa 2. Released in 2016, Jack Reacher, Never Go Back was the sequel to the 2012 movie Jack Reacher. In the film, per the logline, Cruise's Jack returns to the headquarters of his old unit, only to find out he's now accused of a 16-year-old homicide. The original film earned an approval rating of 63% on Rotten Tomatoes, but its sequel fared a bit worse, scoring a much lower 38%. Worse yet for the sequel, Never Go Back made $162 million at the box office, a substantial drop from the first movie's earnings of over $218 million. The drop put an end to any plans there might have been to make a third chapter of the movie series. The second Jack Reacher movie was not as well received. The original Jack Reacher was written and directed by Christopher McQuarrie, who'd also co-write Top Gun, Maverick, and Edge of Tomorrow for Cruise before directing the actor in several Mission Impossible movies. For the sequel, Blood Diamond Helmer Edward Zwick took the helm and co-wrote the screenplay with Richard Wenk and Marshall Herskovitz. Along with Cruise in the lead, the sequel featured Cobby Smulders, Aldous Hodge, Danica Yaraj, Holt McCallany, and Jessica Stroup. Fans might be revisiting the film to help pass the time with the wait for Season 3 of the Prime Video series. Starring Alan Ritchson, Reacher has been a massive success, pulling in very high viewership along with strong reviews. The third season is set to debut in March 2025. And if the show manages to continue the acclaim it garnered from its first 2 seasons, Reacher could continue on for a long time to come, as Ritchson has no intentions to walk away from the show anytime soon. In the ever-evolving world of film and television, fan bases have long been responsible for shaping the success or failure of various projects. While some movies and TV shows catch fire immediately, others languish in obscurity, awaiting a devoted audience to give them new life. One such example is the much-maligned Jack Reacher, Never Go Back, which, despite a dismal 38% rating on Rotten Tomatoes, has recently experienced a resurgence in popularity thanks to die-hard Reacher fans. Nearly 8 years after its release, this sequel is enjoying a surprising second act on streaming platforms. The phenomenon begs the question, how did a film once considered a flop find new success? The Reacher franchise, a brief history to understand the improbable resurgence of Jack Reacher. Never Go Back, it's important to first look at the character's roots. Created by British author Lee Child, Jack Reacher is a former U.S. Army military police major who roams the country, getting involved in dangerous situations and using his combat skills to take down bad guys. Reacher's rugged persona and no-nonsense attitude have made him a beloved figure among fans of action thrillers. Since the debut of Killing Floor in 1997, the Reacher novels have gained a massive following, with millions of copies sold worldwide. When the character was brought to the big screen in 2012 with Jack Reacher, played by Tom Cruise, fans were excited but apprehensive. Cruise, known for his intensity and star power, was a controversial choice to play Reacher, who is described in the books as a hulking 6'5" giant. Despite this initial skepticism, the first film performed respectably both at the box office and with critics. It currently holds a 63% rating on Rotten Tomatoes and was praised for its taut action sequences and Cruise's commitment to the role. However, the second installment, Jack Reacher, Never Go Back, didn't fare nearly as well. Released in 2016, the film failed to capture the same level of critical or commercial success as its predecessor. While the action scenes were competent, many critics found the plot uninspired and the film lacking the visceral punch of the first. The 38% Rotten Tomatoes score reflected widespread disappointment, and for years, it seemed that Never Go Back would be remembered as a misstep in the franchise. Reacher fans refused to let go, but something strange happened over the years. Rather than being forgotten, Never Go Back developed a loyal following, particularly among fans of Lee Child's novels. What began as online chatter in forums and social media grew into a more concerted effort to re-evaluate the film. These fans argued that while the film had its flaws, it stayed true to Reacher's character and the core elements that make the books so compelling, namely, a solitary, tough-as-nails hero who operates on his own terms, dispensing justice when needed. Part of the renewed interest came from the success of the Reacher television series, which debuted on Amazon Prime in 2022. The show starred Alan Ritchson as a physically imposing Reacher, more in line with the character's description in the books. The series was widely praised for its faithful adaptation of child source material, and it revitalized interest in the Reacher universe as a whole. This led new viewers to seek out other Reacher content, including the much-criticized Never Go Back. Another factor contributing to the film's resurgence is the evolving landscape of streaming services. With more people spending time at home due to the pandemic and increasingly turning to streaming platforms for entertainment, movies that may not have performed well theatrically have found new audiences. For many viewers who missed Never Go Back when it was first released, streaming provided a low-risk opportunity to give the film a chance. Fans began to share their newfound appreciation for the film on platforms like Reddit, Twitter, and various Reacher fan groups, and slowly but surely, Never Go Back experienced a revival. A film reconsidered. So, what exactly is it about Jack Reacher, Never Go Back, that appeals to fans today, despite its low critical score? For one, the film delivers exactly what hardcore Reacher fans expect: brutal, no-frills action. The fight scenes in particular are praised for their authenticity, and Cruise, though not physically imposing in the way Ritchson is, delivers a convincing portrayal of a man with lethal skills. Fans also appreciate the film's attempts to humanize Reacher. In Never Go Back, we see a softer side of the character as he forms a bond with Samantha, a young girl who may be his daughter. This subplot, while not a major focus of the film, adds emotional depth to Reacher, showing that even this stoic loner has vulnerabilities. Additionally, fans are drawn to the dynamic between Reacher and Major Susan Turner, played by Cobie Smulders. Turner, a fellow military officer, is a strong character in her own right, and her interactions with Reacher add a refreshing layer of complexity. The two work together to uncover a conspiracy, and while their relationship remains professional, there's a mutual respect that resonates with viewers who appreciate strong, capable characters. The power of fandom at the heart of Never Go Back's resurgence is the dedication of Reacher's fanbase. These are people who have followed the character through more than 24 novels and multiple adaptations. For them, Never Go Back may not be a cinematic masterpiece, but it's an important part of the Reacher universe. Through word of mouth, social media campaigns, and a desire to see their favorite character on screen, these fans have effectively rewritten the narrative surrounding the film. What was once dismissed as a failed sequel is now being rediscovered and appreciated for what it is: a gritty action movie that stays true to the spirit of Jack Reacher. In an age where fan power can revive long-dormant franchises and give new life to forgotten projects, Never Go Back stands as a testament to the influence of passionate viewers. 8 years after its release,